Hey everybody. So I thought I would make a little video about my thoughts about EOS, and yeah, I was hoping that somehow my feelings would calm and collate and make sense and settle about, the upcoming ending of this game that we've been playing for 5 years. But they haven't really settled, so I thought, well, I'll just make the video and I'll just chat and we'll see what happens. So yeah, my internet is the fastest ever. Sarcasm. It's not fast. It's slow. We are getting some faster fiber soon, but so I thought I'd just come on, do some dailies, chit chat about my thoughts on this whole situation, and just see what happens. The new unit. Oh, the Enlightened. I'm glad they released O. He's cool. He's a really cool unit. Oh, spring stuff. I definitely plan on grabbing that Esper VC. I don't know quite how I'm going to do that yet though, so since that Esper VC is up for another 62 days, I'm not too worried about the timing of when I grab Dark Leviathan. So yeah, that music is a wee bit loud for me. I'll turn it down a tiny bit. Right, so let's see. While we're here, do a little normal summon. Get that little daily bit out of the way. So I'm doing dailies, right? Because I'm planning on playing this game. I'm gonna keep playing this game until this game goes EOS officially, goes offline. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do that or not, but it would make I'm more likely to be the type of player that would go down with the ship than not. Tifa is so cute. Alright, just doing some daily stuff, right? I feel so awkward talking about this. All of a sudden, I think it's just because I'm realizing there's a lot more emotion there behind this change because of what this game has been. I didn't start playing the game until 6 months into its start. So I started playing the game around the time that I think Laswell had come out, Victoria had come out, and Little Leela was just being released. And I remember going all in on Little Leela, Halloween Little Leela, and she was just so good for so long, and she's one of the first units that I fully built and just went in with her card, had everything ready to go, and like really invested in that unit. And it was a good unit. What am I doing? Okay, getting lost here. Grab that stuff. So it's been interesting to see how people have responded. We've had some people who have decided to leave the game like right away, and some people who wanted to go to one of their old guilds just to finish it out in a different guild, which is fine. For me, Hydra has always been, since from the time of getting into Hydra, Hydra's been the home guild for me. And really have loved being a part of this guild. It's such an awesome guild. So in our guild, we have some people who don't know. Myself. We have people who've been in the guild a really long time. Revenant, you know. Oh god, maybe I shouldn't talk about this because I'm starting to get emotional looking at my guild members. But yeah, and last year when I quit the game, and then before I came back to the game, but I quit the game because, you know, my living situation was changing and I thought I didn't have the time or the money to invest in this game anymore. And I made that goodbye video, and I meant every word of it. So everything I said then still is the case. I love my guild. I love my guild mates. I love this game. But over the years, we've had some really amazing players of this game in our guild. Like, there's so many skilled players who have brought a lot to our gameplay and have helped others in our guild learn how to put teams together, or just helped us figure out how to put teams together, and some strategies for various types of gameplay. So my last hurrah of this last few days we've got left of this game, I'm trying to use up all these XL things that I've gained from trials. These XL, whatever they're called, materials, to throw at these statues. So I'm using up those first. Yeah. Guild stuff. But from the beginning of being in Hydra, it was really fun and a good atmosphere, a good vibe. It's so nice to be in what we call a guild that is casual tryhard. So it's like really chill, but yet, you know, we still make an effort to try and like do well. But there's no requirements. So it's really nice because then you attract players who are like that, who just like to chill, you know, like to just play the game, you know, have fun with it and not let it be some insane competitive thing. Like even with trials, you know, we've got, let me go to what's our titles? Guild information? Yeah, titles. Okay, so this guild has done really pretty well, like especially on average. We might be one of the most consistent guilds out there, like on average across the whole game, because this is a day one guild. Hydra has basically been going for it with particularly in Trials of Reckoning for ever. So we have all these pretty epic titles from all the competitions we've been a part of, particular trials, which is our thing. So I feel really, really proud of having been part of like most of this here, and it's been so fun to be in a guild that just like when trials comes around, we've just like done our best and just had fun with it and try to help each other do well. But we don't demand anybody meets a certain criteria or anything. People just voluntarily give the best that they can give at the time, and it's worked out really well for us. You know, clearly we've got a few accolades to show for it. I'm so glad that not having known that the last Trials of Reckoning was going to be the last of the Trials of Reckoning. I'm really glad that I pushed it a bit. I still had one of the funnest trials I've had because I didn't spend a lot. I didn't go crazy. I didn't lose sleep. I was pretty chill. It was nice, but I still made an effort. I was still did well in that. I was still top 50, top 100, and top 10 of the. Anyway, I still did well, and I don't want to be going over that, but it feels really good to know that. And I have my team to thank for that, because without Hydra being other people who care about trials and trying, and that's just a great example of, without them trying, we wouldn't have done as well, and I wouldn't have been able to do as well. And so when you have a team that is like your pals and is putting everything out there that they can do, but in a chill way, it just makes the accomplishments really fun and really rewarding, because then you feel like you've worked together to do something, and it didn't, nobody bled out in the process. So anyway, guild stuff. Whoop. Guild stuff done. Alright, I'm gonna change my home unit, because I want to have a home unit that talks, but is one of the Final Fantasy, the WOTV units that are part of this IP originally. Who? I love Eliza. I'm gonna miss these characters so much. I just ordered the second art book in English, and I'm kind of bummed to find out that I'm too late on book 1 in English. So I've been scouring the internet looking for a book 1 that I could get, that I haven't been able to find yet. It's out of print, and don't know if they're gonna bring it back. Probably not. Especially now, probably not. Yeah, we'll go with Lucia. I say it the Italian way. I don't know if it's this Lucia. Anyway. Yeah, we'll go with her.
You should lace your words with less honey, lest you attract a swarm of bees.
Oh, I love her. I love her voice. I love the VA on this game. It's been so good. When they took away the English voice acting, I was like, oh dear. This feels like the beginning of potentially...
I will become one of Lord Jaden's elite guards, no matter what.
of potentially the end. And it was the case. So I'm going to do some of these events down here. Probably just do the daily stuff. I have my my teams set up in a way that makes it easy for me to just go down per element. So I have like fire, I have it in order of the elemental clears, and then the MR versions of each. And then down here it's just I leave space for either a JP or setup, or I have like old trial setups that I'm kicking about. Anyway, for this I'm just gonna do some skipping, so we're just gonna skip all these. Throw out the JP team, just grab a little bit of extra JP that I can use for other units. But it's funny how when something is such a habit, you do something every day, like play this game, it's such a habit, and that it becomes a bit of an anchor in your life. And as I said, I joined this game 6 months or so after the start of it, and it had already been going for a while. So it's funny because a lot of people have this memory of this game being like directly connected with the pandemic. But I think this game for me was such an escape from all of that I don't have this connection that that it started then. It's really weird because like in my mind I had this thought that it had started the year before all of that hullabaloo of the pandemic time. That was the start of 2020. So it's kind of funny to me. I don't have this direct connection in my memory of it being part of that. However, I do remember this game being super important at the time for me personally, just needing a community, needing friends, because, you know, we moved our family to Scotland I'm from Washington State in America. I'm from Seattle, and we moved here, and there's some really amazing things about being an immigrant, but also there's some difficult things where you don't have a lot of your friends and family you grew up with, so you just you need to find new community and kind of replace a lot of those relationships with something. And I think that just the isolation of that was happening around the pandemic times and stuff, and like just changes to the other behavior. I feel like leaning into this game and having that whole escapism was just absolutely so crucial for me, and I loved it. It was so fun. This game was so fun to me. I'm so sad it's ending, really. Like I haven't said that yet, but I am sad it's ending, even though there's some mixed feelings there. I mean, I have a lot to do on my property. We've got a lot to do with this house. I'm moving into a new area of potential some side income. I'm retraining in a new direction, working with animals and therapy for people who have various things like anxiety and stuff, and that's going to be really rewarding, and I'm loving every minute of that. But it's also, and so I mean, for me, naturally there's some changes happening that make sense, that just feel like a natural progression. However, this game is like just this anchor, this home that you can always count on, and now you can't. Now it's going away, and that just feels the complicated mix of feelings about that. Like one of them is disorienting. I feel like it's very disorienting. It's like all of a sudden the energy's kind of been sucked away from the game too. So I feel like there was an energy, particularly in the last year of this game, that's felt like, is it going to end? Is it not? Are they going to energize some new life in it and try some new things? Are they going to make some changes? Or, you know, it was about trying to get a feel for what's the game going to do? What's the industry doing? What's Square Enix doing? What are Final Fantasy games doing? And how is all that going to affect War of the Visions and our little game over here of like a tight-knit community of people who mostly come to... Oh, I realized like I need to turn up the brightness. Goodness, that was dark. But yeah, it's been really curious trying to figure out what is this game gonna do, and what's the potential trajectory of it. I don't know. I probably thought about that more than most. Just in my thinking of it was like, well, I'm not gonna go hog wild with spending or investment and just assume that it's probably the most likely thing is that it is tapering off, considering the choices they've made. Like the road to worldwide felt like they were trying to gut and streamline things. The fact that they were making changes for their own staff and developers, and then also just making changes to the game, then changing the English voice, getting rid of the English voice acting, stopping to support the other languages that used to be a part of global. I don't know why I'm on Volcano. I don't know why. Anyway, let's go find an interesting unit to look at as I chit chat. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna run some runs. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's do... I haven't done my I don't think I've done my clears. No, I haven't. I'll do the element clears on this. Yeah. Now these teams aren't like, what do you call it? Perfect. They're just kind of hodgepodge, whatever I needed to use, whatever units I need to throw in for various things and stuff. I just get to throw a, throw units in. They're kind of decent. I'm sure they'll do fine. Do I have a fire commander? No. And then I like to throw in a friend unit just to beef up potentially beef up the damage, and do some chaining. So let's see, throw in Malcolm's Sephiroth there. Let them do their thing. But yeah, it was clearly going to be something that looked like, I mean, all the odds were that this game was going to, was in the phases of making changes and potentially streamlining and kind of paring down. And I think that it felt like the paring down was either going to lead to that method working to make changes to be able to keep things going, or it was going to mean that they're just kind of like slowly closing down shop. And it was clearly, it's turned, well, I don't know if it was from the beginning, but it's turned out to be the latter, that they've been slowly closing down the shop until they did. and then it makes me really glad that my vibe underneath what I was willing to commit to the game matched kind of the vibe that they were willing to commit to the game as well. So, you know, I cut back my spending a lot, like a lot when I came back to the game. And I only pulled the units I thought would be useful. I just figured the regular units I would get over time, and I'd take advantage of some really good banners when I could. That would be up. And as far as like time commitment for things like raids or I wish that I would have done a lot more in the last guild raid now that I'm looking back, but I mean, yeah, I do. I could have done more in the last guild raid, and I should have, but that's okay. It was, if I had known, I didn't feel that way at the time, but now looking back, I'm like, I wish I would have. But the last trials, though, as I said, I felt really happy that I had made an effort, but it also was a relaxed effort. So to still do well for your guild, and still well for yourself, to your own kind of standard of how you'd like to play. Because I tend to get a bit competitive. But it's not on everything, though. Some things I'm like, meh, I don't really care. Like, I don't really care that much about arena. I do it for the daily, and I do it for the tokens. But I don't really do much beyond that. I've never tried for even top 100. I don't even care that much. And I probably missed out on a lot of biz by not caring about that as much. But oh well. It's fine. I wasn't that fussed about arena. Yeah. But it seems like as now that we're looking back, I mean, you can't know at the time how things are gonna go, so you just have to do right by yourself at the time, the best you can put into anything at any point of this game's life, and just, you know, put it out there and try and hope that you don't do things you'll regret. Like, part of me regrets a little bit how much I've spent sometimes in this game. Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, to play how I wanted to play and to participate in the community, I felt like it was worth it for that. And you know, it's nice to have an account that you know that, okay, if you need to show up and be there for your teammates, that your account is built enough that you can just, you know, get a team together that can be useful and be helpful, and have all the gear you need to copy a good run for some PvE event or something for your team, especially the guild connected things, so events and stuff. So that was one of the main motivations. That I wanted to always be able to be there for my team, my guild, and to have the ability to do decent on that. So I'm not even gonna bother with giving them perfect gear. Whose unit do we want to use? I'll throw him in. It's Tifa. He needs something though. That's what I'm doing though. Let's give him his. We want that one. No, definitely not that one. Meh. Just give him his own book. That's his own book, right? Yeah. Oh my god, information is already leaving my brain that we don't need. But yeah, they'll win. They'll do fine. Even against the fire boss. Yeah, so I'm really curious how everyone else is feeling. I've seen like a big mix of feelings. I actually asked Justin after the live stream how he was feeling about having done the last one, and he was sort of like, there's some sadness to it, mixed feelings. And I said that I was planning on making a video about what I thought about EOS, but that I was sort of waiting for all the feelings to settle, and they just weren't. And he said, after he's watched a lot of the... How should I word it? He just said that basically after watching everyone's EOS videos, that seems to be a consensus of feelings, that people just feel like it's just unsettling in a sense. Like the emotions aren't quite settling, they're all kind of mixed and jumbled, and it's just... The game is ending, so that's happening, even though it feels like very weird. When you have something you do every single day, and something you make an effort into, and something you are participating with your pals, and that's all just kind of like going away. I'm definitely wanting to do something in terms of something beyond than just getting the art books, to preserve the art and the characters that I care about. So I'm gonna do something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what yet, but I'm gonna do something that will kind of, yeah, something I can reference and hold on to and feel like it won't disappear like the game. Oh my goodness, stupid internet is so slow. It's always magic units too that cause the buffering of searching for recommended abilities usually. It would be really cool if there was some sort of a what-if spin-off of a game we could get behind, because these characters are amazing. This art is so good. The animations are great. The art is super good. The tactic style play is really fun to play. Oh. Everybody's confused. Save him, Tifa. What a counter. That was a saucy counter there, Mr. Mini Heads baddie. Well, I'll come back to this. I'm gonna finish this up, doing the elemental clears. I know that some people have been quite religious with the elemental clears. I've tried to be pretty good with it, and then there's other people who don't give a toss about doing any more elemental clears. But let's see, where am I on the elemental clears? It's somewhere over here. Yeah, 396. So obviously where I quit the game, I fell behind on these, but I think the JP people are up into the much higher ranks with this, like 400 somethings. Anyway. I've got a bunch of these to catch up on. So the completionist in me really can't handle that I have not finished out the... Let's get out there. The completionist in me is like screaming that time is running out to fully finish out these. I haven't. The only one I've got done on the first 15 levels is light. The other ones are at various degrees of not done. Oh my gosh. When I had come back to the game the last time, I was really set on finishing these out, clearing these out, because it's like an itch I need to scratch of them not being done. It drives me crazy. So I have this idea that I will be finishing them, because otherwise it will annoy me, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel in like a month, because then I'll be basically out of a lot of time to complete them. Same with these. Yeah, it annoys me that I don't have everything like perfectly cleared and done. Also, I have not done... Yeah, this is bad. I have not finished this, guy. Look at that. That's sad. I have not finished that. Not even one. I haven't even made an attempt at this. I think I threw some auto-tune at it and I was like, well, couldn't do it on auto, so I'll do it later. But now, later has a time crunch, right? So we'll see what happens with what they've announced. You know, they've announced that there's going to be that one chamber we can play. They said unlimited, so I don't know what that looks like. I'm really curious if they're going to give us like unlimited energy use or something instead of being... Dude, I have a lot of pods. I wouldn't say loads, but you can't buy more now, so they've got to either give us unlimited energy or something. I'm hoping it's unlimited energy, because if they've said that we can use tokens to spend on anything, we can play as much as we want, I'm assuming that there's going to be potentially less limits on how much we can play something. Because I would really like to finish out some of these units. It annoys me when a unit, like, I pull a unit and it's off banner and I can't finish it. It drives me crazy. I've been needing to use him in the guild battle teams, and he's not built. So right when he's the most relevant, I can't use him. Same with her. I got her off banner, but I can't even use her because I haven't had the shards. So with this chamber that we're gonna get to play, it'll be nice to finish them out, and then that will not annoy me so much that they're unbuilt. Ooh! Next level up for nice. Bling. Oh, where are his things? I probably should have at one point streamed this game so that I could talk with people, because that's the best parts about this game, is like being able to chit chat with the other players and connect with people and over something you are both caring about. Everybody's caring about. You can have a little community. But I don't know, I think I was too, I don't know, shy or something to do that. It just felt like I wasn't sure if it's something I could commit to do regularly as well, and that's kind of the... But I wasn't never doing any of this to try to build a channel, really, or anything. It's just for fun, to show, oh, look what my polls are doing compared to your polls. Let's compare. Are yours as rubbish as mine? Wow, kind of commiserating. And then it's ended up being a little bit more than just the original, like I'm just gonna put my polls out there. And I also used my YouTube channel to put up private videos to share runs for trials with my guildmates. So that was also one of the aims of having the channel, which is not public, but that was helpful to have a place to park runs. So yeah. So this is now a really long video, and let's see if what I've got left on. Oh look, we've got the last one. There will only be one more bingo board. That seems so weird. There'll be one more bingo board for the last unit that's going to be released in this game. So weird. It's weird! So I'm curious how everyone else is feeling. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling about it changing to going away? How does it feel personally? Or what are your plans? You guys sticking around? Because I'm going down with the ship. I will be here till the last day.
I will eliminate anyone that opposes Lord Jaden.
And I don't know. A lot of the things that could be said about what the game did and didn't do along the way that could have prolonged its life. It feels a little bit like, well, feels like the energy for complaining about some of that. I mean, I'm not going to be
one of Lord Jaden's elite guards.
I'm not going to begrudge anyone who has something to say that they feel like is important to say, you know, and say whatever you feel like. Honestly, just be honest, whatever. That's great. It's necessary. It's the truth. But for me personally, it just feels like there's not really, the energy isn't really there for me anyway, because they've already given up on the game, so there's not really a point in, like, the complaining or I shouldn't say complaining. Anyway, we can't affect change now. We can't affect change. I hope they give us an offline version. I really do. I really hope that we get an offline version of this game.
I will become one of Lord Jaden's elite guards, no matter what.
She's so cute. Yeah, I hope we get an offline version of this game. I hope that they re-release, by some magic, the first book in English again. That I don't know, they do one more run of it or something, because I would really like to have that.
I will eliminate anyone who Lord Jaden.
I know that the JP book, the book on the Japan version, is still available for book 1. But if I can get it in English, I would prefer to have it in English, because that's how I play this game, is in English. And it would match my other book that I just ordered, which I'm very excited about is coming. I might make a video about that. That might be interesting, to go through the book and how much I adore this art in this. So people might not know, but I do have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in art and art history. So I did an emphasis on sculpture in my art practice. And I don't really make a lot of art now at all, but I really like good art. And Art Nouveau is one of my favorite time periods in art. And I think I might have said this before, why I really love Art Nouveau, but I just love the nature element in the art. And one of the reasons I really love this game is that it is Art Nouveau based. So all these designs on, let me find a good one. So you can see like all these really great elements of Art Nouveau design. and like the edge, the way they've done the border, the circle motif over here, the halo motif, and just the flow and the balance of the compositions. I love Art Nouveau. So this game has just been like a visual little heaven of some of the best artists working out there. And it's the reason why Final Fantasy, I don't know, like you see a lot of the WOTV versions of the characters out there, the Final Fantasy characters in particular, because the art is so freaking good. Let's look at this. Oh my god. Like, look at that. How can this game go away? So yeah, the art book, I've got to find that English art book in art book 1 somehow, somewhere, because I just adore this art so much. Also, there's got to be a place they catalog all of this. I mean, freaking epic art. Yeah, so good. Look at these. Oh my goodness, how adorable are the Lunar New Year units. I absolutely love them. Love them. I was hoping there was a new one this year that was in the classic genre of the Lunar New Year units. Anyway, alright, this video is super long, and I appreciate everyone hanging out with me on this video to the end here. And yeah, share your thoughts. I'm really curious. It would have been nice to do this in a stream so I could chit chat with you guys and we could commiserate, celebrate, remember. Yeah, I feel like the energy of this community is going to still be around for a couple of months, but then, you know, when the game goes down, it's going to take a huge amount of the energy away from the community, and it's just going to be our memories and our and people are going to move on to spend their time doing other things. And so I really want to, as I was saying before, with the game makers have taken the energy away from the game. They're doing other things now. So I feel like I just want to focus on having a good time for the last few months that's left. Nobody has to worry about overspending. Nobody has to worry about we're going to get like tons of unlimited play. It would be a great time to just like pop up a stream or jump on other people's streams, you know, who are streaming the game still, and just like play this game, have fun with it, and like have fun with your communities that we've built here while they still are alive and kicking, and the energy is behind it with the game. So yeah, it's sort of my aim. And
I will become one of Lord Jaden's
I'll probably talk about this some more, but in a video or something. I'm definitely gonna post a couple, like maybe at least one more, if not a couple more, about this situation, and just as things wind down. But yeah, just thank you to everybody. Thank you to so many other creators out there. And thank you to all fellow players across the game who've made my experience like super fun and amazing and been supportive of or come to my videos to say like really kind things and great and really nice things. Like thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing this game.
I will become one of Lord Jaden's
and
guards.
I think that, you know, the times when some of us I've had super strong feelings, like lots of times, about decisions they've made in the game because I love this game. That's why. I have strong feelings because I was so heavily invested in it. And it was my community, my main community. I don't have like big gaming communities or big amounts of friends around or whatever. This is like my friend group, my guild and stuff. So it almost felt like an attack on the family if they screw up my game. But yeah, so now it's kind of like, well, just enjoy hanging out with your friends and making the best of what's left of our time in this game. So yeah, thanks everybody, and
I will become one of Lord Jaden's elite guards, no matter what.
yeah, no tears, even though I feel like crying right now. But yeah, take care, everybody, and we'll see you again in another video. And all the best. Cheers. Bye.